Hello. Today we are going to see about Toast and Alert Dialog, which is the first lecture of this course, which is Android mobile application development. And just to give you the highlight, the difference between Toast and Alert Dialog. So Toast is a kind of message that would show up and disappear in less than a minute, something like this one, which you can see it here. So most of the time you can use the Toast to greet the user on login, or when a user clicks on the close button, like to say, oh, bye-bye, see you next time, when a user click on the X button or close your application, or for the first time when the user try to use your system, you may greet him, welcome to this application. You can use Toast for this kind of purpose. Whereas the alert dialogues, like the dialog box that we are very familiar with, like for example, in Windows operating system, if I'm going to delete something, right click and click on delete. Yeah, actually it's not showing me why. I don't know what's the reason. And yeah, I did the undo here, right click. It needs to ask me, are you sure to delete or not? But actually it's automatically deleting it. I don't know why it's that. But sometimes when we try to use an application, and most of the time we want to ask the user to either to take the current action or to cancel it, like are you want to delete this file? If the user say yes, we can delete it. And sometimes when a user wants to cancel his decision, you can click on no, and then nothing will happen to that specific file. Same thing called for login. You want to log out from this system? Yeah, so this is called alert dialog in Android, and we are going to implement two of them as a separate application later on, but that's the concept. So those are simply one-way message box, so there is no interaction from the user. Okay, it's one way. Just if you want to toast or display some message to the user, you can use a toast, so no interaction at all. But when we come to that of the alert dialog, there is a two-way interaction between your application and the user, because you can either use the yes button or you can cancel that current decision. So most of the time, the toast will stay from 2 to 4 seconds, and you need to specify that when you write the code. So if you want to make it stay for 2 seconds, you can use a toast.length short, or you can directly pass 0 as an argument. And if you want to make it long, that's 3.5 seconds. Thus, you can use the duration as well. So here is the syntax. You need to call toast.makeText, and where you want to display, by default, you can simply say application context and the message that you want to display and duration, and at the end you need to show it like this one. So here is a typical example. Like we are saying toast.makeText, get application text, and this is the message that we want to display when a user log into the application, which says welcome to Eliso. And we are defining the length as long, that means 3.5 seconds. Okay, just maybe like another example. Let's say you wanted to show some text when a user click on close button, like in Somali, bye bye, something like that. Then you need to write this one. You need to write this line of code. Toast.makeText, get the application context, and the message that you want to display is this one. And then you can specify the duration, and then you can finish it. Okay, that's how things work. So yeah, of course we can see both of them at the same time. Maybe let's begin with this one, and we'll get back to the alert dialog in a minute. So I'm going to open a new application, new project, and blank activity. And then let's give it, let me say toast, and alert dialog. This is the app we are going to build, and yep, and here is it. And now just we need to create some sort of button, or yeah, actually we don't need a button for this one. Yep, maybe we can start right the coding here until it finish. So let's say we want to greet the user when it opens the application. So in this case, I need to say toast dot make text. Yeah, it's already did everything for me. Then the message that I want to display, I may say welcome back. You may say welcome back, and you can specify the duration here. And you can either say long like this and show. So let's run this application and see what will be the output. Okay, run, and let's open emulator. So automatically on launching for the first time, when the application gets launched, we'll get the message which says welcome. So it's trying to build our application, and we need to wait. You see, it says welcome back, and this will stay for 3.5 seconds, and then it will disappear automatically. Okay, that's it. And let's add one more button here in for close button, and when a user click on close button, let's show something on the screen. So let's go to XML, and as usual, let's remove this one, and let's change. Let's hide the emulator. And let's change this one to linear layout, because I prefer to work with a linear layout, but you can still work with a constraint layout. Linear layout, and then to specify the orientation to vertical. So now I'm going to create one button here and wrap content again, and let me add text, something that is going to be written. Maybe let's change this one to close. So let me change this one, CL, and then on click property for this button close click, we need to do something. So I'm going to copy this one and go to Java code, create one public function with that name that I copied, view B, and open it like this. Is not needed here. Alt enter. No. V needs to be capital because it's a class. Yes. Alt enter, import this class. So what we need to do? Just closing means finish, yes, in Java. It will automatically close. But while doing the close, let's display some message which says bye-bye, something like that. Okay. Toast. Then I want to write something here. Let me say, oh, bye-bye. See you next time. Done. Let's change to 1. That means long. Okay. Duration is 1. Maybe I think that one is better. Sorry. Length is long. Yeah, like this. So let's take a look at the output now. Here is the emulator. Maximize it a little bit. You see now at the beginning it says welcome. And now we already have one button with a name close. So what we call it here is that we want to say bye-bye. Yes. Before closing it, you see, bye-bye, see you next time. Yes, after 3.5 seconds, this will disappear. So this is how to implement toast in Android. So now let's move to the second topic of this lecture, which is about AlertDialog. So let's move this one here. So as you can see, AlertDialog is a two-way dialogue, because user is going to be interact with this one by either clicking on the positive button, that's yes, and the negative button, and the cancel is a neutral button. So sometimes, yeah, when we write the code, we need to know about 4 basic components of AlertDialog. The first part is the icon, this one, which says X. You can import some image and you can use it as an icon. And again, there is a title, which says Terminator. and this is a message, and these are buttons. Yes is called a positive button because you want to close it and you say yes, so that's positive. If you want to close it, but later on if you say it no, that's a negative button, and the cancel is called a neutral button. So here is the typical structure that you need to remember: icon, title, message, negative button, neutral button, and a positive button. So this is something that we need to code in building that application. So like just when a user clicks on that, we want to display Amur University. Are you sure to delete this application? Are you sure to close this application? And if user clicks on yes, you can finish it and do something like that. So let's build this kind of application from the scratch, and then you can take a look at it. So here we have one button, yes. So let's hide this one a little bit. Let's bring this one here, display it. We have one button which says close. So now instead of showing a toast directly over here, let's change this one to this one. So instead of closing it directly, I wanted to show a message that says, are you sure to close this application? Yes, with yes and the no button. And I'm going to close it if a user click on yes button. That's a positive button. So let's code that. So we need to write inside this function in. So first, what we need to do is we need to declare an instance of AlertDialog builder dot builder. Just give it any name. You can say builder. Then inside this button, we need to modify this close button. So now I'm going to say builder is equal to new AlertDialog builder, and just you can say this. Okay. And then you need to create each of the attributes that we have on AlertDialog like this. We need to set the icon, we need to set the title, we need to set the negative and the positive button. But at this time, we don't have icons. So we need to get some icon from the internet, okay? So maybe I already downloaded one previously. Let me check, get the name. I'm not sure what's the name of that file. Okay, it's not here. Where is it? Yeah, close X. I already downloaded it from Google. Maybe I can search it, that I can file. Close X, yeah, this one. So I'm going to copy this one, this image, and I can use it as an icon. Okay, close X, copy. Then I'm going to paste it here, where we can store image related file inside drawable folder. So I'm going to type, right click, then paste. Just paste it. Close X. So the name is close X. So done. Okay. So now close X is here. So now I can directly access this from my Java code. So now I'm going to specify my builder icon. So you can say builder.set icon. So from where I'm going to get it at drawable. Yes. Sorry. Let me check the slide again. So we need to say, oh, resource. Yeah, sorry for that. Resource dot drawable dot closex, the name of the file name. So you don't need to specify the file extension. Now what is next? I need to specify the title, builder dot title. Set title. I need to say set title. Okay. What is the title I'm going to display? Title means this one. Let me show you from the diagram. This one. So what do you want to show? Most of the time, you need to make it similar with the application name. So you may say, oh, let's say, Amud University app. Done. Now the next step is we need to specify the message, this message, okay? So I'm going to say builder. Builder is a variable name for a builder class. Dot set message. So what the message we want to display, we need to write that message. Let me say, are you sure to close this application? Question. Then dot, I wanted to set the button, set positive button. That's yes, of course. Yes is a positive button. Then we can create a new on-click listener for this one too. So new dialog interface dot on-click listener. Just you don't need to remember everything. It will automatically type for you. And then we need to add another button here. We need to say dot set negative button. Negative button in our case is what? No, comma, new dialog interface. Done. At the end, we are going to put semicolon. Yes, now we can say builder dot show as we did for the toast. So now here, this positive button means yes. So whenever a user click on yes, what you want to do, you need to write that logic here. So in our case, we want to close the application. So I'm going to copy this one, the previous toast, and I wanted to close it. Okay, I wanted to close it like this. So just you can simply write this one, finish. Yes, finish is quite enough. But for this one, you don't need to do anything. Just keep it as it is for the no button. So let's take a look at the effect, and then I will explain the core logic later on. So stop and run. Let's open our emulator. So now our app is launching and says welcome from the toast. And now when we click on the close button, it needs to show the dialog that we create. So let's take a look at it. You see, X button, X icon is coming, Amud University app is coming, and the message is, are you sure to close this app? If you say no, nothing will happen. Working perfectly, yes. If I click on yes, it needs to close because I call close function. Yes. Let me, yeah, finish means close, so it needs to close. You see, close that specific application. Okay, that's how it works. So stop it and then run it again. So on load, it always says welcome because we call that toast inside on create function. Then close, alert dialog will show up. In the alert dialog, we mentioned that the icon is X and the title is Amud University app, and the message is, are you sure to close this app, and with two positive and a negative button. That's it. So in this way, you can create the concept of alert dialog, and I hope you got some core concepts here, and try to rebuild this one, and I will share the source code with you later on. And this is all that we have today, and bye-bye.